Today's talk is about a slightly different tune. And I want you all to not unlearn from it. I want you all to validate it. This is what I've already done. This is what I'm already doing. This is what I need to do. Now, when you look at, there are about 8 fundamentals of building a code. Now, this is not coding. This is about ensuring that as you get into the industry, you make a difference. And the most important, which you all already excel at, is your programming fundamentals and the skills that you all have already learned. All of you all want to showcase your skills. Am I right? Now I'll ask you a question. Why? Why do you want to showcase your skills? For a good job? Money? Fame? Job security? Ghar ka karza? Sending money home? Traveling abroad? Thinking I'll be the next Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg? Starting your own company? Why do you want to do all this? Are you not happy with what you're doing today? How many of you all can, and I'm pretty sure I'll get a positive response, because how many of you all are coding for the love of coding? If there was no prize involved, would you still enjoy coding? That's what makes your elite. Give yourselves a loud round of applause, please. Janta, I said give yourselves a round of applause. That's not like this. Give yourselves a loud round of applause. If I was saying, please welcome this esteemed guest on stage, it's okay. But if you are applauding for yourself, you better make that loud. Now remember, this slide contains a few other things also, which you are like, I don't want to get into accounting and stuff like this. In life, you have to be holistic. Your craft cannot be, I will only code, I will not test. How many of you all in your current hackathon, by mistake, have written test cases? That's not my job. No, I'm just pointing there, don't look there, yaar. Aisa kya kar rahe ho? Not my job. Chala to chala. When you move into the professional arena, believe it or not, the testing becomes far more important than the coding. At Josh, our QA, our quality assurance developers, have a lot more importance than our software engineers, because software engineers can code only if they know what to code. And they can code only if it's going to pass those test cases. These programming fundamentals are not those that need to be learned. They need to be loved. But just knowing how to code and how well to code, is it going to be enough? Knowing the basics, great. Using the basics well is an entirely different way of working. Every slide of mine will give you some gyan, and then I'll lighten the mood by telling you what the real industry looks like. Imagine some psychopath is going to own your code 5 years from now, and he's going to say, ये किसने लिखा है code? Sorry sir, almost. I have to maintain some decorum. नहीं सर, मेरे ऑफिस में when I got in here today, Seema, who is an alumni of AIT, she says, Gautam, you are formally dressed? So this is formal dress for me. Usually I'm in a round neck t-shirt in the office. But आज थोड़ा तो अच्छा लगना चाहिए ना कि कोई आया है बात करने. So knowing your fundamentals is great, but not knowing how to use it is a problem. Just because you know how to code does not mean that you don't use the tools that you have efficiently. How many of you all have ever coded in Notepad? शर्म करो, हाथ ऊपर कर रहे हो आप. भाई गूगली मैं भी डालता हूँ. नोटपैड में कौन कोडिंग करता है? भाई कॉलेज को दोष देना इजी है, ओके? कॉलेज को, टीचर्स को, मेंटर्स को दोष देना इजी है, बट हु स्टॉप्ड यू फ्रॉम यूजिंग द राइट टूल्स? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव कोडेड इन VS Code? Then after coding in VS Code, wasn't Notepad brilliant? Productivity is important. How many of you all have used Copilot? Now here's the kicker of a question. I don't know what are the rules of the hackathon. Did you use Copilot today in the last 24 hours? You are allowed? Good. Here's another question for people who use Copilot. Did you own the code? When I say own the code, you cannot afford to say that अरे वो मैं तुम्हें prompt तो correct लिखा, जो code मिला वो मैंने डाल दिया, अभी उसमें प्रॉब्लम आया तो मेरा गलती है क्या? हाँ, आपका गलती है. So there are two ways to use these tools, especially new age. Anyone using Cursor? All right, good. So whether you're using Cursor, Copilot, don't use ChatGPT for coding, okay? Use ChatGPT for fun. OpenAI wala. But use these tools. But the code that it generates, the code that it reviews is owned by you. So ownership in today's world is very important. Use Copilot either as your senior developer mentor who's going to review every line of code that you write. And when you grow into your career and better tools like these come out, use it as your mentee or a newer person who's going to come learn from you, and ensure that your code is properly documented, commented, and all those kind of things. But if you use these tools properly, not only are the skills, the fundamentals that you've learned going to be useful, they're going to be also productive, because now you're going to have some time to think of better solutions rather than अरे यार वो टेस्ट केसेस पास नहीं हो रहा है, unit test cases. And I'm sure all of you have gone through this grind of software engineering principles. Who all like that subject? You know, all those sequence diagrams and class diagrams, and you're like, when should I code? I should code. But these tools are to be delegated, used efficiently. Now we've discussed two skills. One, knowing your basics. Second, using the tools right. एक और googly. How many of you all know how to work in Excel? Not use Excel sheets. Work in Excel. Excel macros, pivot tables, HLOOKUPs, VLOOKUPs. When you get a chance to learn something new, take it. You will never realize when it actually helps you in your programming. People think about this. Somebody has programmed Excel, correct? Learn that. It helps. Just for fun. Now you've got your basics, now you've got your tools. What next? What is the next thing that you should be doing to actually take yourselves to the next level? I'm keeping this slide open. I don't want to talk much about it. If you don't know what is touch typing, don't raise your hand. Close your eyes in shame. How many of you all can touch type? How many of you all are seeing this word for the first time? Here's the sad part. I know it. आपको याद है that no, आपको याद नहीं रहेगा. I'm sorry. Your parents would probably have heard of this concept called typist. You remember that? C programmers है ना इधर सब? सबको C आता है ना थोड़ा? You all have heard the CR, carriage return, enter key. उसका sign board, what is the symbol on the enter key? Why? Why is it called carriage return? /R/N Slash n is new line. Why is it called new line? Because your typewriter needed to be turned for new line and the carriage needed to be returned. These typists could look at the print, or in today's world you look at the screen and type. Your hands move, your hands talk. It improves productivity. How many of you all were able to finish your hackathon on time as per plan? You all are all engineers. So last minute studies is the norm. It's what everyone does. So if somebody has said, I planned my studies, don't lie here at least. Nobody plans it. But in life, when you go ahead, you will have to put out project management, software engineering skills, Jira, all this nonsense, all these tools will come in and you have to use them. You don't have a choice. So might as well make them your friend. There's a third point I've written there, learning to say no. Can you? No. I love that answer. Can you say no? No. But that was an agreement or a disagreement, I don't know. Learn it. There will be plenty of times in your life when people come to make use of you. People will come and give you some work to do because they don't want to do it on the pretext of saying, yaar, pata nahi yaar, thoda madad kar lo. Learning to say no is an art. It's very difficult. My wife is here. And she's always telling me, somebody asks me, yaar, wo shaadi hai, wo Sunday ko, tu aayega na Gautam? I'll try. That's my answer. And she's like, तेरे को मालूम है तू नहीं आने वाला है, तो why are you committing? Right? I don't have commitment issues, I think, but I try. Who's heard of the Pomodoro technique? Oh, wow, I'm impressed. Do you use it? Okay. For those who don't know this, Google it. It's the most interesting. How many of you all have written some content? A Pomodoro technique is as simple as first and foremost, keep your phones switched off, not silent, switched off for 25 minutes. Gather all your tools and focus only for 25 minutes on whatever the task is on hand. I guarantee that you will be able to finish 90% of the fluff in those 25 minutes, and you can take the rest of the day to just improve the formatting. Nobody teaches this. Unfortunately, nobody teaches this in school. Nobody teaches this in college. You learn it the hard way. So learn how to type without looking at the screen. Learn how to manage your time. Learn to reject things which are not important. Learn the difference between important and urgent. And use techniques which are going to improve your productivity. So now we've learned our basics. Then we've got the tools. Now we are learning how to ensure that we use the tools efficiently. What next? What next? And I'm telling you, every slide you'll have one of these quotes which hurt. Learning. Don't stop learning. It is mandatory that everyone learns something every day, and this is not relevant only for y'all. This is relevant for you throughout your life, not your career, throughout your life. So you ask me, अल्लाह बोलना simple है, मैं क्या सीख रहा हूँ अभी? What am I learning today? What are the new things you all have learned in the last 1 month? Anyone, any takers? Something completely new. थोड़ा जोर से बोलो, I'm not going to repeat it. Anyone learned a new programming technique? Anyone learned a new language? Anyone learned, oh, I didn't know this new shortcut? Anyone learned a new road to your home, to your favorite katta, coffee shop? You're always learning something new. Rust? Yeah, me too. I'm actually learning Rust right now. And I've passed out in the year 2000. And today I decided, you know what? I got to learn Rust. Why? Because I don't want to rust. Before this, I learned Go. Why? Because I wanted to go. Before that, it was Ruby. Why? Because my wife thought, you've not got me a precious jewel. So I said, okay, let me learn Ruby. So there is no excuse to learning. You have to keep learning new things. But do not be one of those resume heroes. Do you all know what a resume hero is? You have skills. I have done everything. I'm perfect. Then you ask a question, by regular expression क्या होता है? वो क्या होता है? So master one skill. Master one skill, but learn one new thing every year if you can. Not every day, every month, at least 1 year. So if you're learning Rust for this year, what are you mastering it today? What is your core strength? Say, for the sake of discussion, it's Java. Keep abreast with the new things that are happening in Java, the language, the depth of that language. Learn, be a master of Java. At the same time, learn Go for 1 year. Next year, learn Rust. Third year, learn Flutter for all I care. Do it. Why? Because it helps you compare what your language is good at, what it's not good at. At the same time, when somebody asks you what your core skill is, be one. Have one skill. How many of you all have given a talk, by the way? Not college seminar and stuff. How many of you all actually has given a talk to somebody? Learn it. It's a core skill. If you think learning is one, teaching is a completely different skill which you must master. Quick recap. Learn your fundamentals. Learn the right tools. Use the tools properly. Keep learning. तो बचा क्या है अभी? Anyone wondering what are there are 4 more things to go. What's left? This part. The next parts are when you are going to be beyond a student. All of you all are going to be elite professionals. The reason I say you're going to be elite professionals is because you're sitting here after having worked 24 hours listening to my boring talk. I know. Train. Build habits, build good habits. How many of you all write blog posts? Regularly. Fantastic. How many of you all tweet? Here is the interesting thing. You know what's interesting? What is the point of keeping your knowledge bottled up? You're learning Rust. What prevents you from tweeting? You know what? I didn't know that Rust has this excellent memory management word line of code. Done. Tweet. इसका मतलब नहीं आप जेल जाने वाले हो. इसका मतलब नहीं somebody पता क्या bloody simple tweet डाला है. अबे पढ़ा तो है. If you have learned something new, even in your last 24 hours, you would have learned something new. You encountered problems and solved it. If it's a simple solution, tweet about it. If it's a complex solution, write a blog post about it, but post it. Just because you write a blog post doesn't mean the world is going to come and criticize you or be critical of it, or does not mean you're going to be famous. It's perfect documentation. And this is where the first 4 skills is applicable for students. The next 4 skills are getting you in the future what a professional looks at. I've been running Josh for 17 years now. Do you know what separates good developers from great developers? Not their resume, not their marks, their interest, their passion. मेरी कंपनी का नाम जोश है, तो पैशन तो होना चाहिए. We look at what are your interests, and your interests don't have to be only programming. If you are a badminton player, if you are interested in swimming, if you are a Premier League freak, you are following football scores even if you are not playing it, if you tweet about it, it gives me insight into what kind of a person you are. If you like music, if you like reading, if anyone reading a book right now, and that is alarming for me today. There are 3 people who raise their hand. Which book are you reading? If you ask me today, I'm reading 4 books currently. There is 1 book in my office desk, there is 1 near my bedside, and I have a Kindle in my bag. At any given point in time, you should be reading books. because that is training your mind for doing something new. Building these habits are critical. Here are a few books that are there. How many of you all have heard of these books, let alone read them? And these are just a few of them. I'll be super happy if somebody said they've read one of these books. Anyone read any one of these books? Oh, lovely. Great. How many of you have read Atomic Habits? Okay. How many of you use it? That's okay. Yeah. Don't worry. But these are good books to read. Anyone reading science fiction? Read it. Do you know why? Do you know why you should read science fiction? Because it opens your mind to impossible ideas. Impossible ideas. What if there was colonization on Venus? Big deal. But it opens your eyes. Yaar, alag kuch to. What if there was a nano cloud of micro satellites around the earth, with each microsatellite directly linked to every cell phone on earth? 1:1 ratio. कभी सोचा है? Science fiction में होता है ये. But you'll see it happening soon. You'll see it happening. There are ideas which will blow your mind. And this gives you the idea to be creative. So the day you train your mind to learn all the skills that you have put using the tools to perfect your craft. You notice the statement that I just went? It goes back all the way to what we've just been learning. This makes you a person who people will want to hire. I mentioned this a little while ago. Don't keep knowledge to yourself. Social media is the best thing that could have happened for all techies. Not Instagram, not Facebook, not LinkedIn. Because LinkedIn has become the new Facebook. Why I usually recommend Twitter is because you can't befriend anyone on Twitter. People have to follow you. So as a professional and as future professionals, I would very strongly recommend all of you all to do only two things. Tweet regularly and keep Twitter professional. And improve your GitHub dashboard. All of you have a GitHub dashboard, a GitHub account to hoga hi hai. I'm not even denying that, but how often do you all track your GitHub dashboard? Track it. This is what keeps people going. Resumes are old school. Twitter is the only essence of showing what you're good at. Because you can fool a people. Like, for example, suppose somebody is not learning Rust, puts out some tweet on Rust once, twice, thrice. After that, what? You have to actually read something to post something properly. It gives us a clear idea. And us means people on the other side of the industry looking to hire really good people. It gives us that edge. भाई काम तो किया है, ट्विटर पे लिखता है, okay, this person knows about Rust, this person knows about Go, this person knows about machine learning. Googling machine learning and finding and putting a tweet there, no big deal. But writing something about it, what you feel, not some gyan that people will hear, matters a lot. I don't need to mention a lot here because you all have already been participating in such events. This really helps. So, till now, we've learned how to use our skills with the right tools, the right way, to keep learning, to keep training, and now to keep sharing information. These things will make you not a geek, a programmer who's going to sit in the corner of one room in the office. But you don't have a choice. If you are attending meetups and conferences, and better still organizing meetups and conferences, you're going to get better at credibility. Anyone here organized? Not you, Kaushal. See this. Look at this simple example. I know Kaushal. How? Because he organized the event. Do you think I'll remember him? Do you think I'll remember him? But if I go around asking your names, do you think I'll remember your names? Probably not. Organizing an event is far more difficult than participating in one. When you get a chance, jump at it. It could be anything from organizing a book reading club to building a cricket team to learning a programming skill and saying, I'll conduct one club where we'll just learn Rust. Will you do it? Do it. If you're in college, this is something that you can just say, I'm going to learn Rust. I'm looking for volunteers who can learn Rust with me. You're automatically getting known. How many of you all drink coffee anyway? How many of you all, does coffee keep you awake? It doesn't keep me awake. I can have coffee, then I can have barley water, then I can have buttermilk, then coffee, and then some tea. And nothing still happens to me. Okay? But ensure that you all are now putting your skills in the right place and ensuring you get a public profile too. So what's left? Guesses? What's left? 2 white boxes still. Again, seems like a faraway story for you all. The first 4, like I said, are critical because you all are going to get into the industry. The next few are the ones which make sure that you have arrived. Do you think you can inspire others? Not a maybe. The fact that you all are here representing your college, do you think you have inspired your juniors in your college already to say, I want to do that? Yes or no? So again, quoting what my wife keeps saying, can you all very firmly look in the mirror and say, I am awesome? Can you? I didn't hear it. That's not what I said. What did I say? I didn't hear it still. What did I ask you all to say? Am I awesome or are you awesome? Then say it loudly. Thank you. And it's that important because if you really want to inspire, you first need to believe in yourself. You all are already doing things that are inspiring others. How many of you all want to start your own company? Right? Great. Keep that vision alive. Keep that going. Don't start immediately in college or after college. Please get some experience. Get some experience of failure. Fail, get hurt. Yeah, there's an Aerosmith song. I don't know. Have you all heard of Aerosmith? Listen to music. We go back. Don't just read books. Listen to music. Aerosmith is a band, earlier band, sorry, maybe earlier school. Coldplay? Yeah. Aerosmith. Aerosmith has a song. Falling in love is so hard on your knees. Falling in love is so hard on your knees. Because you don't fall in love once in your lifetime. You fall in love plenty of times in your life. But you don't know it's love until you have fallen down and scraped your knees. The same thing with entrepreneurship. You cannot be successful until you have failed. But now, ladies and gentlemen, there is one white box remaining. Sala story to pura complete kiya maine. You built some expertise, you used the right tools, or used it correctly. सीखना भी हो गया, सिखाना भी हो गया, शेयरिंग भी हो गया, इंस्पिरेशन भी हो गया. बचा क्या है अभी जिंदगी में? कुछ तो रहेगा. Moj masti. Any other takers? Any other takers? There is no point in Moj Masti if you can't be healthy. My retirement के बाद ना, I'm saving up money just now, so I'll go on a world tour. Great idea. Wheelchair पे? यार मजा नहीं है. You know, मैं पहले पैसा कमाऊंगा, फिर मैं लोगों की मदद करूंगा. भाई पैसे कमाओगे, खुद की मदद कब करोगे? What is the point of trying to be a philanthropist if you haven't helped yourself first? What is the point of enjoying life if you are not able to be there and enjoy that moment? Because health is your biggest wealth. So a question to you all. How many of you all have a hobby, play a sport? Don't just raise your hands. You'll have to tell me what it is. Itna easy nahi hai. Sir.
So many of them.
Yes, sir.
Yoga in the morning, 10-kilometer cycling this morning.
Sir, you are raising the bar now. Yoga in the morning, 10-kilometer cycling.
Sometimes to play badminton and squash.
Badminton, squash.
Sir, आज match हो जाए.
Aye, sir, I am always ready. मेरे को इधर स्क्वाश का लालच दिया था. So I play squash, I play hockey, and my wife gave me a watch for my birthday saying भाई तेरे हार्ट बीट का तो ध्यान रख. जिंदगी में कभी ना कभी तो हाई इंटेंसिटी स्पोर्ट लेके कुछ तो होगा. So I do it. But others, hobbies. That's a sport. How regularly, who said badminton? How regularly do you play? Don't say, वो सर वो बचपन में, क्योंकि फिर you'll have to answer to him. सर मैं तो जवान हुआ. Absolutely. Sorry, but once in 2-3 days, fantastic. Good. Who else? Basketball regularly? Fantastic. Here's a question to you all. Once you all start getting into the professional grind, will you get time to play basketball? Will you get time to play badminton? Yes, make time. Remember that time management slide? Bloody make time. If your office expects you to be in office for whatever God forsaken reason, if in the wrong office and they ask you to come to office at 8 o'clock in the morning, then play late at night. If you're not able to find people to play, figure it out. There is a social network. Any people who play musical instruments? Do you find time? Does it relax you? How often do you play? Daily? Continue it. So if you are going to play a sport, if you are going to pursue a hobby, the best thing you can do is convert your passion into your vocation, your job. It's not always possible. But don't stop. You have to keep playing. Your target, ladies and gentlemen, should be to retire by 40. Can you do it? You can't. I'm being brazen realities. But it should be an aim. It should be a goal. If you use all the wealth that you have right now, if you use your true expertise, the passion that you all have already got, with the right tools, the right way, share it, train, learn, you are automatically inspiring people. But there is no value, and I'm sorry for making this statement, but trust me, I sometimes consider myself happier than Stephen Hawking. Okay? I would rather stand here and say I'm not that great, but I'm enjoying my life, than to be speaking of a wheelchair. No offense to Stephen Hawking, it was not his fault. But what comes to my mind is Steve Jobs' statement at the age of 59. I've earned billions of dollars, but I wish I can pay somebody who can take away this pancreatic cancer from me. With that, I'll leave you all with my last chutkula and ensure that you're using all these crafts, you're using all your tools and your skills to not just make life better for you all, but to make life better for everyone around you. Because the core of this talk is be happy and be passionate about it. Okay? Thank you so much.